Today in Irvine, get ready for game studio layoffs, a possible new way to vote, a debate on kids and tech, world-class water polo, and a very local way to beat the heat. Dean Bark here. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark in Irvine. Let's open with the big one. Obsidian Entertainment, the Irvine video game maker known for role-playing hits like Fallout New Vegas and The Outer Worlds, is laying off 52 employees as part of Microsoft's wider restructuring of its Xbox business. Jason Tucker, the studio's human resources director, filed a letter on July 6 stating 43 on-site roles in Irvine are being cut, plus 9 remote California positions. Microsoft, the parent company that acquired Obsidian in 2018, is reducing 4,800 jobs globally, including 1,600 in the Xbox division, as the industry faces what executives are calling a hardware crisis. For context, Obsidian was founded in 2003 by former developers from Black Isle Studios, a renowned role-playing developer from the late 90s and early 2000s. Despite the cuts, Obsidian says its Irvine facility will remain open. In the landscape of corporate downsizing, that counts as a small but important anchor for local jobs and talent. Layoffs are tough, no need to dress that up. It is, however, notable that Irvine keeps its Obsidian footprint. In a season where hardware is the villain no one queued up for a boss fight with, keeping the studio doors open matters for the city's creative economy. Let's pivot to the next story. Irvine voters will decide in November whether to adopt ranked choice voting for city elections, with implementation targeted by 2028, if approved. Here's the setup. The City Council voted on July 14 to put the measure on the ballot. Larry Agron, the city's mayor, opposed the move over concerns about costs and potential voter confusion. On the other side, Betty Martinez Franco and Melina Liu, both Irvine City Council members, backed the measure, saying it can deliver fairer outcomes and reduce the so-called spoiler effect, when similar candidates split votes and an unpopular candidate wins. Quick explainer. Ranked choice voting lets you rank candidates in order of preference. If your top choice doesn't have enough support, your vote can transfer to your next choice, and so on, until someone crosses the majority threshold. It's already in use in several California cities. Irvine would join that list if voters say yes and if the city confirms the costs pencil out. A cap has been set at 0.23% of the city's general fund. My take. The cost uncertainty is a fair red flag. Budgeting isn't a choose-your-own-adventure, but the promise of majority support and more civil campaigns is compelling. Well, that's one way to look at it. Moving on. At UC Irvine this week, a panel tackled the messy middle of kids and technology, how to keep young people safe online without smothering creativity. The July 16th discussion included Katie Salen-Teckenbosch, a UC Irvine professor who studies learning and play, and Michael Preston from Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit behind Sesame Street. The group is part of a series called Raising the Next Generation in the Age of AI. Their headline, Ditch the Fear-First Approach and Build Better Digital Spaces for Kids to Explore, Learn, and Make Things. There were concerns about generative AI stepping in where imagination should. If a tool completes the drawing, writes the story, or sets the rules of a game, a child's free play can get boxed out. The experts argued for focusing less on raw screen time counts and more on context and content, what the tech is being used for, and whether it supports development. They also pushed back on one-size-fits-all school restrictions that ignored different student needs. My view, balance over blunt rules. Guardrails are smart, creativity is essential. Let's not overcomplicate this. Quality and purpose beat a stopwatch every time. Shifting gears. The USA Water Polo Junior Olympics are underway across Orange County, with the top division finals set for the William Willett Junior Aquatics Center here in Irvine. Dates run July 18th through 26, girls first, boys to follow, July 23rd to 26. The Junior Olympics are billed as the world's largest water polo tournament. Some standout high school athletes from Orange County won't be here, because they're representing the U.S. at the Under-16 World Championships in Croatia. Newport Beach and Mission Beach clubs enter as top seeds in their divisions. That's the headline. Now that's worth discussing if you follow youth sports pipelines. A note on the venue. Woolett, the city's main swim complex between Heritage Community Park and Irvine High School, just launched a $42 million expansion. That includes a new Olympic-sized pool, a splash pad, and a Ninja Cross obstacle course, with completion targeted for spring 2028. The city says the upgrades will help eliminate wait lists for lessons and strengthen Irvine's push on drowning prevention. Hosting a massive tournament now and expanding capacity for the future is a strong sports tourism strategy in motion. Personal note: big events like this put Irvine on the map with families, teams, and coaches. Call it like it is. Good for local hotels, good for restaurants, good for the city. And now for something completely different. The mercury's been climbing into the 80s, and Wild Rivers Water Park at the Irvine Great Park is taking the heat off. Families have been packing the slides and wave pools, especially on weekends. Wild Rivers, which many longtime locals remember from decades back, closed for more than 10 years and reopened in 2022 at its new spot in the Great Park. Nostalgia meets new features. That's the story right there. And for a twist, the park is running a Christmas in July event on July 25th. Holiday music, photos with Santa, scavenger hunts. Santa trading the sleigh for an inner tube. That tracks. My take. Bringing Wild Rivers back was a smart move. Summer fun with a wink to the past. If you go, expect crowds. Irvine's cool-down plan seems to be working a little too well. There you have it. Thanks for listening to the City Report with Dean Bark in Irvine. Enjoy the day and see you back here tomorrow.